Alright, ready? Annoying noise in 1, 2, 3.
Okay then, well, let's get this show on the road. Alright, hello and welcome everyone. This is the Space Cadets Podcast. I am Sam. Above me is Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris.
Top left of me is Katz. And to the left of me is Mugen.
Hi, I'm Mew.
Oh, now you do.
How about you?
Now he's mute. Okay.
Yeah, I'm Matt, Mew, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I don't care.
And
That's
we
what I
are the
do.
Space Cadets, and this is about everything and nothing at the same time, because this is literally about us, and our lives are literally as inconsistent as anything, so it's just going to be about everything. Alright, that being said, so, I think a great way to start this off, since this is our first episode, is just, telling a little bit about ourselves, or just a story about ourselves, so our wonderful 10 people can know exactly who they're listening to. So, Matt, why don't you start us off?
Oh, okay. So let me tell you this. One of the times I took acid and helped a man in a wheelchair.
I think I've heard the story, actually.
Well, no one else has. So this is when I moved to the city. 2 weeks into moving to the city, I moved in an apartment with a few people. My roommate was like, "Hey, I just bought a bunch of acid and I don't know who to sell it to." And I was like, "I'll just buy a bunch of it and take it over time." So there was like a good stretch of time where I was just taking a bunch of acid like every week. I would wait a week in between and just take a bunch of acid every week. So we also didn't have internet, so I would go to the library that was a few blocks down and torrent a bunch of movies on my laptop so I could just watch them when I got home. So while I was at the library, I had the tabs with me in my bag, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take a tab, go to my house, drop off my backpack full of stuff, and then I'm just going to walk around the city for a bit while I have a head full of acid.
Oh my gosh.
I took the tab, left the library, walked to my house. By the time I dropped off my stuff and started walking down the street, it was kicking in pretty hardcore. So I was just walking down the street listening to Miles Davis because I was like, what's better to listen to on acid than fucking jazz? And on my way to, I don't know, I really didn't have a destination in mind. I was walking past a church and there was a man in a wheelchair. Now the church was kind of on a hill and he was struggling to get up the hill. So he was like, "Hey, can you help me out to get up this hill?" And I was like, "Sure, okay, that's fine." And I grabbed the wheelchair, and I think he could sense that something was wrong with me because he was like, "Do you got this?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I'm good, man." So I pushed him up the hill, and then he handed me his business card. He's like, "Hey, my name's Jay. I'm an artist." And he handed me a business card, and turns out this man is a teacher at Brown University.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I remember. I was gonna say.
He's an art teacher. At least that's what I think. He had a Brown University email. So I assume he was either a teacher or just a student that's like in his 60s. So after that, I kept walking down the street and I got to like a really populated area and there was a homeless dude and I didn't have any money. So it made me real sad because I was very high on acid. So I just booked it in a direction I wasn't familiar with and just walked for a bunch. And after a while, I was like, you know what? I don't really know where I am. I should probably like GPS my way home. I pulled out my phone and it died immediately as soon as I pulled out my phone.
Oh, no.
So now I'm lost in a city I just moved to with a head full of acid. So I wandered around for about another, I don't know, time doesn't really mean anything when you're on acid.
Of course.
Probably like another, it had to have been like an hour or two. And I start to see familiar things. I'm like, oh, this looks familiar. And then I'm like, I know this street. I don't know why. Like, I'm close to my house. And I look to my left and my house is right there. That's not, oh, there's still more to this. So I walk in my front door and I see my roommate. My roommate is like, "Matt, you're home. My parents are here." And I'm just like, "Oh, cool." Her parents, we had just moved in, so her parents were bringing like a bunch of furniture in. So I had to like hold a conversation with my roommate's parents while I was on acid. And I shook her dad's hand, and he like, I think he could sense something was weird because he just like looked at me funny, and I was just like, whatever. And then I we got like this couch, and I was just literally just chilling on the couch while they brought furniture in, just high as fuck. Now, that was where that part of the story ends. So I lived in that place for like a year. So that was 2 weeks into living there. 2 weeks before I moved out. I forgot to mention that he gave me a business card. It had John Lennon on it, and I lost it in the time, like
What?
in my travels. It had like a picture of John Lennon on his business card, like the picture of him like that with the I Heart New York T-shirt or tank top. Yeah. So, and it said his name. It just said J and then his email underneath. So I lost the card like on my walk when I was lost. And I was like, damn, that sucks. That's like, it would have been cool to just email that guy and be like, hey, what's up? So 2 weeks before I move out of this place, I go to the local bagel shop, and I get a bagel, and they're like, oh, it's going to be a few minutes. So I sit down, and a man turns to me and is like, hey, would it be cool if I draw you real quick? And I was, me being a fucking vain asshole, I'm just like, yeah, totally, of course. So he grabs and just like does a doodle real quick, and he hands it to me. I still have it. I don't know where it is. Otherwise, I'd grab it. And it was really cool. It was a very abstract doodle. It was like a very quick one. And he was like, hey, you want to look through my art book real quick? And I was just like, yeah, totally. That'd be cool. Some other person at the bagel shop was also like waiting for the food and looking through it with me. And I turned through the first page of this binder, and there it is, his business card. Fucking John Lennon on it. It says Jay, and I was just like, oh my god. He obviously didn't remember me, and good part of the story, he got an electric wheelchair now, so he does not need random strangers to help him go up hills.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so that is one of the many times I've taken acid, and that's the only time I've helped a person in a wheelchair.
So Mew is a very adventurous person. Okay.
Yeah, when I try.
You try. Well, your current job suits you then, because you get to go on lots of adventures.
Oh no, I get to just scream in a van all day at myself mainly.
Well, you know who can relate to that? Cats can relate to that. Why don't you give us something from you?
All right, so I feel like I should start this by saying how I know all of you guys, because this is kind of the reason why we started doing this.
Go for it.
So, just as like a quick thing for everybody, so Chris over here, I don't know where I'm pointing on my screen. My screen, Chris is over here.
Other side.
Other side.
Chris is over here.
Yeah, there you go.
So, I met Christmas.
You met Chris
Hello,
at
I'm
Christmas. Okay. Okay.
All right.
I don't know why the fuck Christmas came out, but I met Chris back in summer school. I was like 11 years old, so I've known him for way too fucking long. Fucking Mugen over here, I met at work, and we've actually worked together for the past 2 years. I think it's been just about over 2 years, you know? Because I started.
Yeah,
I met
probably
you.
like closer to 3.
No, because I met you early January 2018. We're like working on 3 right now.
Ooh.
2.5 years, and we've traveled. We've been to different jobs together. We've done a lot of shit together.
Yeah, she won't leave. Every time I get a new job, she fucking follows me.
What can I say?
She's in love with me. What can I say?
That's exactly what I would have said.
Look at his face. What's not to love?
Shut the fuck up. And then Sin over here, I actually met online, but we at one point got to meet in person back in my hometown, and it was actually quite lovely.
That was still one of the greatest days ever. And you shamed me for saying it was a bad day. That day was nothing but wholesome.
I think it was a good day. I had a fucking waffle. I showed you my favorite city. Like, what the fuck's good?
And we also got to listen to like a bunch of rappers. Remember those guys?
Yeah.
Dude, there was these insanely like rappers that were like, it was like Eminem's like nephew or something. Like that's the vibe that I got from this guy. Like it was.
But if Eminem's nephew like wasn't that great at rapping, but knew he had something to live up to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He didn't even care that much, but he's just like, you know what? I have so much writing on me. I have to do this. Like that's the vibe that I got from that guy.
Wait, so were they rapping or just?
They were
looked
rapping.
They were rapping all right.
Oh Lord.
Something. But so I actually started cosplaying back in 2014.
And then stopped immediately after.
I did not interrupt you. You did not interrupt me. That's how this works, Matthew. So I started cosplaying in 2014, and then slowly I got more comfortable with cosplay. I started doing other ones. I believe, Sin, that's actually how you found me through one of my Diva cosplays, from what you mentioned last time.
Yes.
Which actually, I actually just talked to one of my coworkers currently, and he was like, have you ever played Overwatch?" And I was like, "Oh no, it depends on what you're gonna ask me next." He goes, "Because you look a lot like my main diva," and I was like, "Oh fuck no." So somebody who never even knew I've cosplayed compared me to Diva, and honestly, it was quite a highlight of my life. Sad highlight, but you know. So I started cosplaying, and then I did YouTube for a little while. I think I did YouTube before I started cosplaying though, and I just fucking stopped doing that. It was not worthwhile for me. Even though I would like to start doing it again, but that's a whole different fucking issue. And then I started streaming, and I fucking fell in love with streaming, despite the fact that Matthew, I know what you're gonna fucking say. I do not do it
I'm
nearly.
not gonna say anything.
I wish I streamed a lot more. I'm trying to become more consistent with it. But yeah, so I started streaming, and then one day, a bunch of guys in the Discord, or a bunch of guys in my chat were like, "You should make a Discord," and then here we are talking in the Discord right now. Yesterday, I was actually streaming, and I forgot how it came up. I think oh my gosh, I'm gonna butcher your name. Mayako mentioned doing a podcast or something like that, and we were all like, "Yeah, we would all love to do one," so we just said fuck it and started talking. And that's kind of how we're here. Also, I haven't cosplayed since like 2017, and I fucking miss doing it so much. I started making cosplays like 2 months ago, and then I can't wear them because COVID.
I mean, you can wear them, you just can't wear them out.
Yeah, but I also couldn't go to Joann's and like get.
COVID's canceled. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh yeah, sorry, we just can't. You know, I feel like somebody said America got bored with the pandemic, so they decided
Yeah.
it was over. And honestly,
That's
yeah,
us. That's
Yeah.
most of us, unfortunately.
I don't have any wild stories to tell from like my cosplay days. At least currently, you know, because I have quite a few fun stories from cosplaying, but I don't have anything right now. But you know what? I'm sure that some of my absolute fucking wild stories are gonna come up at some point. Some of them not so wild, some of them stupid, and some of them that just
Mostly
sound better on
stupid.
paper.
You just
You
gave
would
me
know.
one, actually.
A story?
Yeah, but first, Chris.
Yes.
What? Oh, okay.
Chris, stop watching.
Welcome,
God.
Chris.
Pause. Chicken Run.
I'm not watching Chicken Run.
Are you sure, Chief?
Actually,
Are
if
you
you guys
sure?
don't mind, I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. Just Chris, you.
Wow.
He shows
No,
it to
I'm
his.
not watching Chicken Run. I'll be right back, guys.
He's just thinking to the Twilight Zone, you know, man. Like, he's just in his head. He's like, we have to defy the system, man.
I keep seeing shit out of the corner of my eyes. Like I'm going insane. Sorry.
No, they're there. I see them too.
It's just Slender Man.
All right, Chris,
All right.
go for it.
Yeah.
I want to tell some stories from a school trip to Quebec in 8th grade because I have a lot of fun stories from. Well, I have 3. I have a short one, a painful one, and a gross one. Which one do you want first?
Just give us one and then just say fuck it.
All right. I'll tell the short one first, and if you guys want to hear more, I'll go into more.
Go for it.
So, one of the things we did up in Quebec was like a dog sled, you know, like with the fucking huskies on the sled, and yeah, and you know, like it was like one kid on the back, one kid like sitting in the sled, and you know, because I'm the most popular kid in the school, I got stuck with the teacher.
Oh.
The teacher had to be on the back of the sled. And before this, my glasses had snapped in half, which will happen in one of the other stories if I tell it. So I'm half blind, sitting in a sled, with my teacher's on the back, and we're the last ones to go through like the course. I'm sitting there and I'm looking around, like kind of trying to enjoy it, and I look up on like a ridge near us, and I see figures on 4 legs standing there, like 6 or 7, and I'm like squinting at them, like looking at them until I get like a clear look, and I like turn back to my teacher and I say, Mr. Name, are those wolves? And he looks, and I hear him say, fuck, and I see him do the thing to make him go faster,
So you guys got attacked by wolves in the middle of your dog sledding.
We didn't get attacked. I didn't get mauled, but
If
we
I was
got
there,
through the course, and
I would have
then
wanted them with me.
we got through the course. Like I'm getting off, and the teacher like touched me on the shoulder, and he's like, "Those were wolves. I just wanted you to know that now, after we're off and safe." And then he went and talked to the people. Was like, "There are wolves in there."
I would have killed their pack leader and became the pack leader.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not, dude. I would have become a part of them. Like, I would have tried to like.
Oh, I want to be a part of them. I want to be alpha.
No, I would have tried to go full Stark. Like, you know how in Game of Thrones, the Starks, like, their souls are, like, bounded to wolves somehow, kind of? Yeah.
Dire wolves, yeah.
Dire wolves, yeah, that would have been me. I would just, like, walked up to them, like, as he was standing still, just, like, put my palm, like, on his forehead. And I would have just been like, you and I are one now. Before he bites that palm off and then freaking destroys me. But
I would just assert dominance because I got thumbs and they don't.
Y'all fucking wild. I'd run.
you'd run.
That's why you don't have any good stories.
No, listen, that's why I'm a fucking beta male. I know this.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I can tell another one, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I won't tell the gross one yet. If it comes back to me again, I'll tell it. I'll
Wonderful.
tell the painful one. Okay, so the painful one is...
Why did your dick get caught?
That's another story. So on this trip, I was rooming with my best friend Drew, whose last name I won't say because he works in a public medical office. He'd get in trouble.
So don't mention his name.
What?
Yeah. Just don't say
Whatever.
that.
He already doxes him.
Sid, can you censor out the name?
Can I censor out the name? Yeah, sure, I'll censor it.
Wonderful.
Remind me.
Okay.
I'll call him D from now on.
There you go. The D.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Just give him a fake
yeah.
fucking name at that point, my guy.
So tell me more about the D.
Fine. Okay.
That's fucking good.
Okay. Yeah, I was rooming with my best friend D, and a little quick side story was, I'm at that time that we were going, I was afraid of like sleeping away from home because I was a pussy as a child, and so I was like, I'll feel better.
Chris,
What?
can I interrupt you for a second?
I'm a pussy as a man.
We know that. I don't think Chris mentioned that this was in 8th grade and we were like 11 or 12. I wasn't on the trip, but like at that point in time, we were very young.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I thought about it for a while. I was like, I'll be okay with it if I'm with my best friend, you know. So we went to the teacher who was like coordinating it, and we said, hey, we both want to go on the trip, but can you like guarantee that we'll be in a room together? And she's like, oh yeah, sure. And then like one day she called us in to like talk to us about it, and she's like, okay, I got you to a room, I got you one queen bed, and she like gave us a weird smile, and we're like, oh, okay. We didn't share the bed.
So who slept on the
One of
floor?
us slept in. No, better. One of us slept in. There were 3 nights on the trip, and I think I was the nice guy, and I gave him 2 nights on the bed.
You definitely are nice.
And the one night I slept out of the bed. No, the 2 nights I slept in the chair. My hand, and he would wake me up every morning by slapping my hand out of the way and me falling out of the chair, which was fun. And then the one night he had to sleep out of it, he slept on the windowsill without a shirt. And one time he woke up to a guy on the street looking up at him.
Ew.
Damn.
You haven't been
Yeah.
to Quebec again, have you?
What?
You haven't gone back to Quebec yet, have you?
Not yet.
Thank God.
That's a
Don't
monk
go.
of ass, dude. That's a monk of ass right there.
But
Wait,
that's all
so
just a prelude to the story.
did the teacher
sorry, what?
give you guys one bed just because she thought you guys were gonna fuck? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
like, that's what I was
No,
thinking.
We didn't know.
I mean, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. But okay, that was just like a prelude to the story. So
I think that
one of the
teacher
days,
wanted you guys to fuck, actually.
Yeah, has anyone checked
Maybe.
up on the teacher? Like, recently?
Yeah, what is that teacher doing?
she's friends with you on Facebook, Hannah.
Oh shit! I know who you're talking about.
But
Is she hot?
anyway,
No,
no.
she's old.
But
That
okay,
doesn't
anyway.
answer my question.
So one of the days for the trip, at the end of the day, we went to this like skiing mountain, but we couldn't ski because we were 11. So they like had us doing like inner tubes and stuff, going down the mountain and stuff. And we went there. Me and D split paths, and we were like, okay, you go do your own stuff. I know. I'll go do my own stuff. You go do your own stuff. And I tried to hang out with the popular kids in middle school. You know those guys. And I tried to go on the bumper cars with them, and I was too chunky to fit in the bumper cars.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get out. And one of the workers came over and like gave me back my money. He's like, don't worry, buddy. And I'm like, makes me feel worse, honestly.
Yeah, I would feel far worse. Like, just
real
leave me
sad.
alone at that point. Leave me alone, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So that happens, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna go fucking inner tube down the mountain. I'm gonna have fun. So I take the ski lift thing up, get to the top, I go down, and like when you get down to the bottom, they say like grab your inner tube and get off the trail quickly, you know, so you don't get hit. I just stand up, and I hear a scream from behind me, and a girl comes and just takes out my fucking legs, like out from under me. I feel myself flip in the air and land face down in the snow.
No.
I open my eyes. I can't see because my glasses are gone, and I see red because my nose was bleeding. And I hear someone being like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm okay. I'm okay." And I get up. They're not checking on me. They're checking on the girl.
Oh no.
Don't give a shit about me.
Dude,
But
I
you
vibe
got-
with that. I feel that. I understand
And
that.
for middle school standards, probably.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
I mean, all right.
So, yeah.
I check on her first too.
Okay, Matt, you would check on the middle schooler first. Gotcha.
So
You didn't say you like them young.
I get up, find half my glasses. I still have no idea where the other half of my glasses are to this day. I put them on my face. Can't find the other half. I stumble back into the little lodge, and my teacher's like, "What the fuck happened to you?" And I tell her what happened. She's like, "Oh, okay, we'll get you some ice to put on your face." So, but I didn't want to hold it because my arm hurt
To be
because I hit the fucking ground really hard. So I just tied the ice to my face with a bandana. So I'm just sitting there in pain, and then my roommate D comes in, and he's covered head to toe in snow, and he's panting really, really hard. Turns out what happened to him is he went down the wrong side of the mountain,
Oh.
and he was lost in the wilderness. He couldn't find anyone. He's dragging the inner tube behind him, and eventually he finds one guy who was skiing, and he's like, "Please help me! I gotta get back to my I'm middle school. I gotta get back to my class." And the guy's like, "Oh, follow green. Follow green."
What
So-
middle school did you go to? Where are the fucking teachers?
The teachers are bad at their jobs, bro. I was about to say.
They're trying
no,
to get the kids to fuck each other and
Like
not
a
paying
random guy.
attention.
This is a teacher. This is
Oh
a
no!
random guy.
Where are the teachers that allowed the child to go down the wrong mountain?
I don't know. So he's like, "Okay, fine, I'll follow he saw green arrows, so he's following the green arrows, and then some guy in a snowmobile came and was like, "What the fuck? Where are you going? You're going further into the woods." And
He's following
like,
the wrong
"What
side of the
the
green.
hell?"
Oh no.
So he got a ride back on the snowmobile back in, and he comes in, he's like, "What the fuck happened to you, man?" I was like, "What happened to you?" Because I look like a pirate because I just have a fucking bandana on my head and I'm in pain. And the teacher who set us up in a bed together comes like, "Oh no, two little boys in pain." And we're just like,
That.
"What the fuck is
my
trip?"
Back in your
God.
fucking face.
Dude, I would be so mad if I was in that trip, man. I'd be done. I would just want to go to my room and just freaking ignore the rest of the class the way I do now in college. And
Was that teacher a female though?
Yes.
Wait.
Yes.
Okay. She got off to little boys getting together.
No,
Like, what the
oh,
fuck?
she definitely did not.
She definitely did. You don't set up two boys in a queen bed and then wink at them or smile at them.
I think what happened was she was awkward about it because that's all she could do.
Yeah, she's
Maybe.
awkward about it because it's illegal. She's a fucking pedo.
Don't listen to
Shut
her.
up, Bill. No, we do
Oh, wait,
not
wait.
make those
One
kind of
more.
accusations.
Oh, hold on. One more tiny mini story, just really quick.
Okay.
I was always a chubby person, just in life.
Yeah.
And on that trip, yeah.
I
On that
wouldn't
trip,
know. I haven't known you for the past 10 years.
Oh, thank you. But on that trip, there was one day we had to walk around all of like Quebec City, which is like 25 miles, and I was not taking it well because I'm in like full like fucking walk around winter gear in Canada, so I'm like bundled head to toe, and at one point like we're like somewhat near the end of the walk, and I turned to my friend and I'm like, "Hey man, I think I'm like giving off steam." And my friend's like, "No, you're not. It's just your breath." And I was like, "No, watch this." And I plug my nose and hold my like mouth shut, and there's just steam pouring off of my face. And my friend is like, "That's not good." And he told another teacher who wasn't a female, and he just looks at me. He's like, "No, it's your breath." And I did the thing again. He's like, "That's not good. We're almost back. You'll be fine."
Honestly, I don't blame them because like that's kind of what I did with my kids back in when I was a counselor. I'm not a father, Hannah. Shut up.
That you know of.
It's true.
Like whenever I was with kids in my camp, should I even mention the camp now? Now that I thought of it, like Hannah gave me an idea for something, but the camp.
Mention it by name, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't
mention
it by name.
Oh, I would not mention them by name. Absolutely not. But like that's how it was with the kids at this camp, because it's like I am not good with kids. Okay, kids like me, but that does not mean I'm good with kids. Like,
did you try to set any of them up to have sex with each other?
No, it was the opposite. They tried to set me up with the counselor. Like,
it's like a sitcom.
No, they. So here's the thing, right? Like,
male or female counselor?
Female. Like, okay. No, here's the funny part though. It's funny you say that because half of the people at this camp thought I was gay, and half the people of the camp thought I was dating this female. And I will say her name, Nikki. Both of these things were Nikki's fault. Okay? Because I remember she kept on asking to get transferred to my group, and like one of the division leaders, like that you would ask for it, they were like, "No, you're in love with Sam," and she's like, "No, Sam's gay," and they're like, and I was like right there, and I just didn't say anything to deny it, so they just assumed that it's true, and I'm just like, I mean, like they're like, and the girl, and this like division leader, she just looks at me, she's like, with like really face, and I'm just like. I literally just took a sip of my water bottle. Like that's what I do all the time. Just because like with water in my mouth, like I can't say anything, and I just make enough time pass so that way they just forget the conversation. But
how long were you drinking water?
Was it drinking water?
I was
just like this.
For like
a fire hose.
Fire hose, yeah, fire hose. Like
couldn't have made that movement. I am sorry.
But dude, oh man, that camp. Like, I still to this day don't know if I was hated or loved there. Because, like, there's this one dude, he was like a 6th grade teacher, right? And thanks to freaking Nikki, a lot of people actually believed that I was gay, including this guy. This guy was in charge of managing the hockey rink. They had a street hockey rink, like, literally the size of an actual hockey rink. But it was a camp for rich kids.
Of course.
Yeah. And... like he was talking crap with another counselor there. By the way, I wasn't even there, but this is what happens. And let me just be sure. This is a day and a half after Nikki tells one person that I'm gay. Okay, so there's some random other person that I've hardly even talked to. He's just talking trash to this other counselor, like over street hockey. He's like, you know what? You think you're so good at sports? Let's call the other dude Francis. And yeah, the counselor is Francis, and the dude that manages the area, let's just call him Charlie. So Charlie is to Francis. He's just like, yeah, dude, you think you're so good? Like, man, listen, you just might be young and you might be able to move a little bit better than me, but you don't understand what it's like the old school. You don't have the really good moves or anything. And he's like, nah, man. And Francis is like, nah, man, I'd 1v1 you any day. Any sport, street hockey, football. And that's literally what he said. I'm like, how do you 1v1 someone in football? But that's besides the point. that's what I was thinking. I'm like, what?
You won me in football.
Football. But, and then he was just like, and then, what do you call it? And then Charlie was like, yeah, dude, here's the thing. You might think you 1v1 me, but you're actually really terrible, man. Like, they're just like being a little, there are kids there, so they were keeping the banter down low. And then, nice hand. And then, okay. And then Francis was like, I'm going to make you swallow those words. And then Charlie says to Francis, yeah, I might swallow those, but I'm not going to swallow nearly as much as Sam. And I wasn't even there, okay? This is 2 days after Nikki tells one person that I'm gay. And then all of a sudden, I'm the freaking, like, gay person of the entire place. I don't know.
The one guy.
The one guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining because
only be one.
Because before that, this person legit, I remember there was this one carnival day at the camp. And I was just asking, and I was just talking to other counselors about like what group their stuff was doing, and I was just like, "Hey, you guys hanging in here?" Because like none of the counselors actually liked working there, if they were normal. And these girls, like one of them was like 15, the other one was like 17, right? At this time, I was 21. I was just asking them, I'm like, "Hey, so what's up?" And one of the division leaders legit thought I was talking to them, and they're like, she's like, go back to your station and stop talking to all the girls. And I'm like, do you actually think I'm talking to them? Like, I was just standing there. I was just like, I don't know if I should like fight this or not. Like,
that's when you say, all right, and fucking dip.
Yeah, all right, and dip. Yeah, that's literally what I did. But as for the story that Katz reminded me of. So you said you like cosplay, right? So I've cosplayed a couple of times. One of them was Reaper from Overwatch.
I never remember that.
Yeah, this cosplay was about $600. So this is going into my second. Yeah, this is going into my second college. I've been to multiple colleges. I'm not bad at it. I just hate it.
Me too. That's why I dropped out.
I'm on a verge of it. But it's like basically there's this like giant Halloween party, right? And I was just like, I heard there was a costume contest before when I first got accepted into the college. So I'm like, automatically, I was on an Overwatch obsession at the time. So I'm like, I gotta win this costume contest. Like that's all I thought of. So basically, I put so much resources into becoming Reaper. And the day finally comes, and I didn't realize this until I get there, but it's actually at a gay nightclub. And I'm like, well, I'm going to an art school, so it's not surprising. And I'm in Ohio. I'm not really surprised, right? So I just go in there, and I just take a look at the place. I'm like, all right, so this is my first club that I've been to. Okay. So I'm just looking around. There's like techno music playing, like like that generic stuff. And I'm on the stage, right? I gave the guns that I had because I couldn't hold on to them all over the place. That's just terrible. I just had, for some reason, at every party, there's just a bunch of people that just sit there. So I took advantage of them and I just had them hold on to it. And I go onto the stage. I get like a pointy finger tapping like the back of my shoulder, and it was like some super sharp nail. I remember this. And I turn around and I see some witch. And it is this dude dressed as a witch, and half of his face is green and half of it is white. It's like the freaking Joker out here, but only he was a witch. And basically, he whispers in my ear. He's like, "Hey," and I'm like, okay, he's a regular here, but that's besides the point. That's my instant thought, because like I just knew. And then I'm like, hey, what's up? Remember, I'm dressed up as a black-robed terrorist, okay, with a skull mask on. You guys know what Reaper from Overwatch looks like. Like, you have no idea who is behind this mask. Like, you can't even tell that I'm black. Like, that's how like concealed all of my features were.
Tell I'm black.
That's how concealed all of my features were. Okay. And he just whispers to me. He's like, "Are you gay?" And I'm like, and I just told him the truth. I thought I was for a bit in senior year. So I was like, well, I was bi at one point, but not really anymore. He was like, oh, I was gonna ask if I could dance with you. I'm like, you can dance with me, man. Just because I'm gay doesn't mean I can't, like, I'm not gonna ruin your night. Don't let this ruin your night. Come on, join us. So I go back to the circle that I was in, right? And all of a sudden, I feel this hand grabbing me down there, and grabbing me on my shoulder. Yeah, and he's just freaking like against me. Let's just say that. And he's just like. And I can hear and I can feel his heavy breathing in my ear. The techno music intensifies, okay? Like, I'm just frozen in place. I'm just, like, frozen in place.
So how hard were you?
Shut up. Yo, listen. I was so hard that you could chop cocaine with it.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. No. Not at all. Not at all. I was a flop. No, I'm not gonna tell you about that. Anyways, okay. but the point is that I wasn't like terrified. Like, I was trying so hard not to laugh. It's like I was in a situation that I never thought I would end up in. I was just trying to wholesomely get into the costume contest, and then we end up in that situation. Yeah, and the guy stopped me for the rest of the night. And again. Like, this is my first art school, so I wasn't really sure how the LGBT community interacted, because this is my first time really interacting with them. I asked a couple gay friends a couple days later, and I was like, is that normal? And they're like, no, dude, this guy was going to molest you. And I was just like, well, I'm glad I got out of that. And that's the story about how I dodged that. Okay, so at this point, we have all, like, managed to, share a bit. So let's
listen. Y'all staring stories. I made the fucking Play-Doh Infinity Gauntlet. All right.
Why do you have Play-Doh?
Because
who gave you Play-Doh?
Yeah,
Hannah, whoever gave you Play-Doh is irresponsible. We know you're not supposed to give her that. All right, she's just gonna eat it like she did back then.
Yo,
look what she's doing with it.
Well, I have it because, like, I need, like, fidget toys and shit like that, but I don't want to seem like a cringy 12-year-old, because I'm not playing Animal Crossing right now, and I'm not, like, doing other shit, so I need to play with something. Every time I have, like, an IRL stream, every time I have, like, an IRL stream, I'm usually, like, fucking around with something. It's usually, like, my chapstick or, like, my glasses or something, so I need Play-Doh, and I was just like, I made a little circle, and now I have fingers, and look, I'm gonna put them on the other hand now.
Hannah's being adorable.
Hannah's
but don't eat the Play-Doh, or I will drive up to you right now.
Yeah. I can also point out, this is not a real gun. It is my BB gun that I forgot was in frame.
She shoots people from her window.
Is it an airsoft gun or a BB gun?
I think it's BB. I have BB bullets. So.
If it's a BB gun, then keep that freaking Red Ryder inside. All right.
Yeah, that shit's serious.
That stuff hurts.
You're not responsible enough to own Play-Doh. Why do you own a gun?
Yeah, for real. Like,
yeah, I asked my fucking dad for I was like, can you get me a BB gun? He goes, why the fuck do you want a BB gun? I said, I want to shoot stuff. He said, all right, and I got one for Christmas.
How many things have you shot?
I really have not put bullets in it.
She shot nothing but her own eye out.
Yeah, dude, I want to get a fucking real one, though.
I have a BB gun. We can go to the range and get laughed at.
I've used Red Riders before.
Wait, ready? Wait.
Let's go to the shooting range. I want to shoot guns.
Wait. Wait. I want to see if I did.
Is now the time to do that, though, Moo?
Any time is the time to do it. If anything, it's better because it's like I need to learn how to shoot a gun for them, so the government can come to my door. I'll be ready to kill myself.
Listen,
dude,
man.
You don't want to miss.
Dude, you got the fucking punching bag in the background. You got all the training you need.
That's what the grenade is. That's what the grenade is for, man. You just pull the pin and just blow up. Like, ugh, it's done. It's done. That's what it's for. That's what you say for the zombie apocalypse. Okay. The first step is to find a grenade, so it's just over in one hit. That's what they do in The Walking Dead. I'm just kidding. That's not what they do in The Walking Dead.
Oh,
yeah, I've only seen a handful of episodes.
That show sucks, honestly. Like,
it was good the first few seasons,
and then just went downhill. I'm like, what is
not bad?
It sucked after season 2, to be honest.
I stopped watching after New Alexandria or whatever it's fucking called.
Yeah, at this point, it's probably like Exo Zombies or something like Call of Duty did at some point.
I don't know. I'm very familiar with the Walking Dead lore for some reason. I think I read a bunch about it. I read a bunch about it online. And there's like dudes that dress up as zombies and walk in zombie crowds and shit, and then they murder people. That's what they're up against now.
What?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're called like the Whisperers or something. They just like dress up as they literally dress up in zombie skin. So they literally skin zombies and then wear it so that they can blend into zombie hordes. And then
Why
kill people.
is the show still going?
Oh yeah, the show's still going. I haven't watched it.
But
It should
why?
have ended.
They should have ended it.
Oh yeah,
They should have
I
ended
mean
it.
yeah, definitely.
Man.
Daryl and fucking Carol are fucking together.
Daryl and Carol, I hate it.
Way to freaking spoil it for the one day that I might have
What?
been.
They bang like early on.
Spoiler: Negan fucking dies.
Does he?
No, I have no fucking idea.
Oh.
Negan.
His actor was great, by the way, Hannah.
Listen, Negan is the only character I know because one of my friends read the entire comic series and Negan was his favorite. And then when he came into the show, he fucking hated it because everybody liked Negan now, and he was like, "This fucking sucks." And I'm like, "All right, edgelord." Shut the fuck up."
His actor killed it. What can I say? His actor did a fantastic job. Like, he carried that show for an extra 2.5 seasons. Like, Daryl carried that show for like season 3 to 5, and then Negan carried it onwards. Like,
Listen, and then fucking, where is he now?
in prison.
He's still on the show.
Is he? Is he still
Yep.
killing people?
Yeah, he's still got the bat.
Oh, you know what, guys? We gave Walking Dead 5 minutes. I just want to point that out. We gave Walking Dead 5 minutes of our lives. I regret it. I regret
I've
it. I
given
regret
it way
bringing
more
it up.
of that of my life. I've watched a lot of it.
I'd like
No.
to point out we've talked about Chris's awful time in Quebec for much longer.
Good point. Hannah,
So
you went to
no
the beach
worries.
today, didn't you?
Huh?
You went to the beach today, didn't you?
I did go to the beach today.
What was that? What was that like? Since you
Yo.
are...
It was what?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Alright, so I was supposed to go to a protest today,
Yeah.
but the friend I was supposed to go with lives with like an elderly grandmother, and he literally drove all the way over here. He lives about 45 minutes away from me.
Okay.
Drove all the way over here and parked outside and said, "Hey, we can still go." But I was like, "All right, we're not going." So he was like, "All right, well, I drove all the way down here. What do you want to do?" So I was like, "Fuck
Sounds
it."
bitch made to me.
I don't be rude. But so I was like, he was like, "What do you want to do instead?" And I was like, "Let's go to the fucking beach." And he was like, "Why?" I was like, "Why the fuck not?" So went down to the beach.
You're a fucking bitch.
We went to the beach, got some beach food. I dug my ass in the sand as per request from one of my friends because she was quite jealous she couldn't go with us. So she said, "Put your ass in the sand for me." So I fucking
Like
did.
bare ass?
No, I couldn't go bare ass.
I was about to say
Hannah
that's
would not do that.
the worst idea.
Yeah, no, that's disgusting.
Save it for her OnlyFans account.
Yeah, bare ass in the sand.
Oh god, how many times are we gonna talk about me having an OnlyFans account?
Oh, you don't. We're
Well,
gonna talk about it until you do.
well, just a disclaimer: Hannah does not have an OnlyFans account because if
Yes.
this is your first time seeing her, she doesn't have one. So don't
Yes.
go on there looking for it. Okay?
But I mean, if you want me to start one,
Yes.
If I
I'll
had-
take that revenue.
Yeah.
I
I subscribe to you on Twitch. I'll subscribe to your OnlyFans.
if I could get 100 people to tell me they would subscribe to my OnlyFans, I would consider it.
I'm gonna
Consider
go on
it.
change.org
If you
right
have
now.
100 people considering subscribing to your OnlyFans, that's like money right there.
You know what? Fuck it.
Once
If
the
I could have,
podcast gets popular.
You should post on Twitter and say how many of you would be willing to subscribe to an OnlyFans. Do
You
a
know-
poll, yes or no.
I have an idea, a better idea for everybody can contribute to this.
Okay.
If I get 100 subscribers on Twitch before the end of the year, I will post free OnlyFans content on my actual Twitter. Public.
Oh shit.
You will actually do that.
If I can get 100 before the end of the year, and not sub points, I'm talking specifically subscribers individually.
Twitch.tv/cats and space hats, ladies.
That is
and-
incorrect.
It's only
Oh, it's Space Cadets cats. now, isn't it?
$5.
It's $5 a month, as Invader V says.
No,
$5.
that was not Invader V. You are
Not that
mixing
Invader.
up your Twitch
Yeah.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Invader V is not a Twitch thought, okay?
Listen,
If you're
listen.
watching Twitch, you have $5.
Listen.
Truly.
There you go.
That's Invader V.
Coming from a Twitch thought myself.
You are not a Twitch thought. If you did, you'd have 100 subscribers already.
You know what? You might be right.
I haven't seen any cleavage in your stream.
This is the most you're gonna get.
No, legit zero fat.
What about your
material.
Valentine's Day date?
By Valentine's Day.
She
Okay,
did
so
look cute. I will give her that.
I think so. All right, so
Yeah.
to just make this clear for everybody, this
We
year on
fucked.
Valentine's Day, yeah, we did. He is the tiniest dick I've seen. In
Oh
my
yeah,
entire life.
very much so. I agree. It's like somebody nailed or glued an acorn to the underside of my torso.
All right, so I want to clear a few things up. Number one, we did actually fuck. We've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
But
Wait, you guys did?
no,
She said
that's
did.
part of the joke.
I'm
Sid,
gullible. I'm a gullible person.
I would fuck that.
I
You
mean,
thought I had that low of standards?
when I first
No,
saw
you have
him, I
lower
literally said he was.
standards,
Listen,
Hannah.
when I first saw him, I literally said he was hot. So it's like,
Yeah. What's up? I'm hot.
He's all right.
What's up? I'm
All right,
Mugen.
all right,
I'm
how many would you-
only
how
5
many-
and I'm hot.
how much out of 10? What's your rating of him, huh?
My honest rating of Matt?
Yeah.
Are we including personality or no?
No, just
No, not the personality.
it's a 0 with personality.
Just looks. Are we talking? So, can I give you a shade?
At my hottest. Yeah, at my hottest.
At your hottest?
Yeah. That you've
Solid
known me.
8.
So
All right,
8?
what if he's wearing a cowboy hat?
What?
I never said you cowboy hat. Solid 10. 10. Anybody gets a 10 on a
I gotta
I'm
get a
gonna
cowboy
take
hat.
my horse to the old town road.
I'm like
That's-
to shave my
that's a
head. I'm
newest
looking
scene.
like an 8 with a shaved head. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
dude, I never said you were unattractive.
Damn. I
Yeah,
I
what am
tell
I?
me I'm unattractive. I don't. Other people tell me the opposite, but it's
Alright.
me.
No. All right, now you give me solid rating.
Me?
Uh,
Oh, him.
On your best.
Just Matt.
On your
Matt
Um,
was-
if you
Before
clear
you
up your
get-
complexion, I'd say 8.5, but normally 7.5.
You know what? I can take that.
dang, dude.
What
Cut
am I?
out-
What am I?
Cut out that dairy, your
care
complexion
what I
will clear up.
Listen, I'd rather have this on my fucking face and drink milk.
All right, we'll be. Sucks
Okay.
to be you.
As soon as
You
wondering,
can- you
Matthew is vegan.
You can join the 8 club.
Chris, what did she
Join
say?
the 8 club.
What am I? What am I? I want to hear this.
Depends.
Uh,
Are you
I'll
wearing
go
a
ahead and
Hawaiian
give you
shirt or
the last
not?
one I have. What?
If you're wearing a Hawaiian shirt, depends.
Hawaiian shirt and cowboy hat, 10.
Without it, I'd say solid 7, 7.5.
So, yeah, Chris,
Without it, I was gonna say 6.
Chris.
Oh, oh.
That's lewd content. Chris, stop. Chris, stop. Stop.
Demonetized.
Okay.
There's no nipples. It's fine.
I love how this is our first fucking podcast. We're all giving each other like honest rating.
Honest rating. Listen.
I
This
am
is-
honestly
this podcast is
blown
about
away.
everything and nothing at the same time. Okay, if it's about us, then we're still living within the parameters of what the podcast is about.
I'm
Well,
fucking
you know
8. The fuck?
Matthew, what is my peak? Is what I want to know.
You peak?
11.
When you don't have fucking pimples all over your face.
Listen, I have acne. All right,
Yeah,
I'm stressed out. I have fucking acne.
I've noticed.
Are you talking about when exclusively when I have a clear face? I'm an 8.5.
Oh yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
That's
it's true.
I have a cowboy hat around here somewhere, but I don't know
Oh,
where
I
it
gave
is.
you a 7.5 with it. That's still really good.
Rude.
The fuck?
Ugh.
Yeah, how could
You
you?
don't even
be so
have a
rude?
cowboy hat. What the fuck? You want me to give you a fucking higher rating?
I have a cowboy hat somewhere. I have 2 cowboy hats, and both of them fit
Well,
me weird.
Get a cowboy hat. Go
Yeah,
vegan,
I've seen you in a
and,
combat cowboy
you'll
hat.
be
Even
a
as much
10.
as- You'd be a 10 with it?
I knew
I
that.
don't know.
Is
Wait,
that why
Hannah,
I'm
Hannah,
what?
what did you give me? I didn't hear you.
I said with a Hawaiian shirt and cowboy hat, 10, but everybody gets a 10 when they're a cowboy.
Nice. Last time you gave me
Yeah.
6.
Did I?
That's
Oh,
that's an
Jesus.
evolution. She's busted in action, bro.
Damn.
Y'all want an honest rating? I'll give you an honest rating. The fuck? Listen, I literally told my boyfriend at one point in time he was a 4, alright? So I don't want to hear shit.
You went with a 4?
I was with a 4.
that sounds about right.
You were the 4? Listen. Let's just first and foremost just disclaim everything.
Oh, God.
It's what's on the inside that matters.
He was kind of a dick.
It matters more, to a certain extent, if I may. Because looks do matter a little bit. For example, one of my friends name's Brennan. His girlfriend, she likes how he looks, and that's perfectly fine. Okay?
Every girlfriend I've ever had tries to make me be uglier to
and it works.
Yeah, it definitely works. Every girlfriend I've ever had is like, you should grow your hair out and grow your beard out so it's like super bushy. And I'm like, okay, so I just look homeless.
You look like you come from the apocalypse right now, man.
Oh, yeah, my hair's doing a weird thing today. It's like,
yeah, his hair grows in super weird.
Yeah, I gotta shave it.
There's a name for that, actually.
The Wolverine.
Like women, like...
That's what he looks like!
Dude, I fucking told you!
Bub.
That's what he looks... Oh my gosh. Can you play guitar, Mew?
No.
Oh, I was gonna ask you to play Hurt by Johnny Cash.
I just have some in the background because I like the clout.
I also have some in the background. That's my ukulele. And that's my guitar. That's my gun. That's my guitar.
I can't play shit. I can do some scales. That's about it.
I could see Hannah
and some chords.
I could see Hannah like having a thick Southern accent with that, like, you know, living on that ranch, riding a horse up with a rifle on her back.
That's all I've ever wanted.
Chris, what are you doing? Chris!
What is happening?
What are you
doing? Subscribe to Chris's OnlyFans.
This video is going to get like taken down now.
Immediately.
I have a turtle.
Oh, I have one of those too. Wait.
Oh no. Are you wearing the shade, Matthew? Matthew, where are your pants and why are you wearing the same shirt from yesterday?
I wonder which of us is gonna get naked next, Hannah, you or me?
I'm not naked. I'm wearing pants.
Those do not look like pants.
They're shorts.
And dude, like I said, you're wearing the same shirt from yesterday.
Well, I took it off to go to work and then I put it back on when I came in. So does that count?
Yes.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with wearing the same stuff like days in a row, okay? Listen, like, this is summertime, okay? I do this every summer. I did shower, right? But it's like, I wore the same thing. I wore the same clothes every day for like a week just to see if anyone would notice, and nobody noticed. In fact, it was this outfit. I mean, in my defense, the outfits that I make are extremely comfortable, but it's like...
you want
that I make, yeah.
I can go change it if it makes you uncomfortable, Hannah.
No, you're fucking fine.
I like this shirt. I'm glad I stole it.
You know what's really weird to me though?
What's weird
like
to you?
I'm one of those people, like with you talking about the fact that you like wore the same clothes for a week and nobody noticed. I noticed that shit. Like there was one guy that we worked with, actually, me and Matthew, who everybody looked at him one day and was like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? Like there's something about him that just looks fucking different. And I was like, it's because this, and this, and he's doing this and doing this. He just looks different today. And everybody was like, you're really fucking weird for noticing all these really small details in certain people. I just notice weird shit, and then I don't notice really big, obvious shit.
Hannah, I wore the same pants to work every shift for the past year, and you've never said a thing.
Yeah, because
were they jeans?
Were they the fucking jeans that had the giant ass hole in the fucking dick?
No, they do have a big hole now. That's why I got rid of them. But yeah, they were just regular black pants.
You guys, this kid wore
pants
that fully showed all the details of his fucking like junk in underwear.
You could just fully see my underwear.
Kitchen. We worked in a kitchen with food.
Yeah, I was free dicking it in the kitchen.
You know what? How with him, if his thing is apparently the size of an acorn, then
Yeah, no
what
one
does
will
it
notice.
matter? What does it matter? You're not gonna
Yeah.
notice. Like,
I never said it
Does it
mattered.
even classify as a dick at that
Everybody
point? It could just be a large clit. I could be a woman.
Welcome to the podcast, kids.
welcome to the Space Cadets Podcast, episode 1. It's a great start, everyone. Oh my gosh. We are the Space Cadets, and we always end up somehow arriving to this discussion. And it is all four of
We
our
always arrive
faults.
at the what?
We always arrive at dick.
We always arrive at it. That is the one thing that has brought us together. Not Hannah, it's that.
Dicks.
It's that. Yes, exactly. We're all about it.
All about that
Can
dick.
that be our like our tagline?
No.
The Space Cadets Podcast. We always arrive at the clit.
Can I leave? Can I just?
I
stop?
don't though, so
I don't.
how can you arrive at something that doesn't exist?
Okay, here's something that we can talk about in order to put our thing under another category
Put
on
me
YouTube.
out of
Games.
misery.
We haven't talked about games yet.
Yo,
Yeah.
Animal Crossing, hit me up. I'll give you my fucking Switch friend code. I'll visit your island, steal your fruit. It's gonna be great.
She'll mainly steal your fruit. She's a fruit stealing slut.
I am. I was gonna
Yeah.
change my Discord name to Fruit Stealing Slut.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but I didn't think that was appropriate.
Is there
so I
like an
just-
Animal Crossing mafia where like people are just like
Probably.
stealing turnips and stuff from like other people's
You
islands?
can't steal turnips.
Yeah, I was gonna say they actually
can't,
don't let
no.
you do certain shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Nintendo doesn't like fun apparently, like stealing.
Well, neither does my Dungeons and Dragons crew. Okay, like actually, my two ex crews that both booted me because I apparently am not a fun Dungeons and Dragons player. Let's just put it this way, okay? I play Dungeons and Dragons like I'm playing Grand Theft Auto.
Oh no.
Yeah, so basically, like, I got kicked out of 2 campaigns for trying to stab too many people. The first time I tried stabbing a monk in a library, because I felt like it, and I got thrown into prison. And my crew left me instead of trying to rescue me. And the dungeon master decided not to write that in. I'm like, all right, respect for that. The second campaign I get kicked out of. By the way, Hannah, just so you know, or Chris, I can hear your mic like, moving around, like your laptop moving around or whatever. Just so you know. And Hannah, I can hear the fan blowing into your mic. Just a heads up. But
I don't have.
what is that purple thing right next to you then?
It's not on.
Oh, okay.
I will stick
Yeah,
my.
I hear that too. Somebody's breathing into the mic.
Based off of the circle, it says it's Hannah, but that's okay.
Sorry, I'm a heavy breather.
Hannah,
okay.
shut your mouth.
Anyways, in the second campaign I got kicked out of, what happened was, oh guys, I want to know if I'm the a-hole for this, okay? So basically, there's 3 of us, right? We're trying to make some money so we can buy some horses to go on to the next quest, right? I go with this one dude. My character goes with this one guy, and this other girl, her character goes somewhere else. I'm not actually going to use the name of my friends. They don't care. Devin and China. China's character goes off, and my character goes with Devin. My character dies while we're fighting this person, and Devin revives me. So basically, Devin instead of giving me half of the gold, which was the deal, Devin takes 4/5 of it, okay? And I get mad when he's telling me, when him and China both go, we earn more of the gold, so therefore you died. You didn't do that much. So I stabbed Devin in the knee. And then they both grapple me and just throw me to the ground. And they're like, well, and they're calling me the a-hole. I'm like, you didn't give me the money. That was part of the deal. Like, it doesn't matter that I got hurt because that was the deal. And then they both tried walking off. And then I'm like, all right, I tried stabbing China, and I ended up stabbing her in the head and natural 20ing. So I had to metagame my way out of killing her character. And as a result, I got kicked out of the campaign.
You were the asshole.
Yeah, no.
What? Are you kidding?
You tried to murder her.
No, I didn't say murder. I said stab her
You said
in the head.
Stab in the head. What? That leads to murder.
Well, here's the thing. I thought the dungeon master would have something to freaking countermeasure that. Like, I wasn't expecting the natural 20 that, okay?
Yeah, that's pretty rare.
Did I ever tell you guys about the best natural 20 I've ever seen?
Hit me.
All right, so I was playing in a group with like 8 or 9 people. It was
Okay.
ridiculous. And me and my friend had these two characters. I have this one character named Karu, and let me tell you, the fucking shit she has done. My like IRL friends like refuse to play with her. Like she's imagine me, but if I did all the bad shit I think about. She's
So
the
you.
fucking worst. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so
Nah,
basically,
she's not bad stuff.
there's a spell called Random Happenstance where basically you have a 1 out of 100 things that could happen, and you roll a percentile dice. So I rolled, and I got like a 52. And the room started filling with quicksand, like really, really quickly. That's a
Nice.
quicksand. And then, so I rolled Random Happenstance again to see what would happen, and it came up again. So it was a 1 out of 100 chance to get the same spell, and I got it twice in a row. So it was just fucking going. So one of my friends was gonna like risk his life. He was like, you know what, like I'm gonna do it. And then we're all like, no, 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 no. And then one of the other guys in my group was like, you know what, fuck you. I'm gonna make you risk your life. So he goes to like kill this dude or like damage him or whatever, and fucking murders the shit out of this character. He was the very first character that anybody had created in my friend's system. So it was like a big deal that this character was dying. So after the dude felt wicked fucking bad for it, so he was like, you know what, like the only way I can save this dude is if I get a nat 20. If I don't, we're all gonna die. This is gonna it was a big fucking deal. So he takes the dice and he's like, I don't even care anymore. So he takes it and he fucking throws it like on the table. It bounces off the table and lands. I need to find the picture on the rung of a chair. On the bottom rung of a chair, and it just said 20 on the top. It was fucking impossible.
Like on this part of a chair, kind of like.
No, it was like a table chair. Like it was a dining chair, and then the bottom where it has like the rungs on the bottom.
Oh,
of
like
it.
below the chair. Yeah.
Yes. So,
How did it land there?
I don't know, but it bounced off of me. It bounced off my fucking game board and everything. It was just, it went on a full ass journey in itself.
Interesting.
God, I miss playing D&D so fucking much.
You do not want to play D&D with me because apparently Grand Theft chaotic evil rogues are not allowed. I'm like, what do you expect?
Listen,
like,
as a chaotic evil rogue, let me tell you.
I've only played one shot.
That's what we do.
Once.
We're backstabbers, and we care about ourselves, and we kill if we don't get our way. That's what chaotic evil rogues do.
Dude, my character, the Karu, the one I just mentioned, she is the most overpowered character in the entire fucking game because my friend taught me how the system works, so I fucking used it against him, and he's still mad at me for it. So I was playing again with that big group of like 8 or 9 people, and everyone was like, all right, let's go left. I said, fuck you guys, I'm going right. And they were like, are you fucking kidding me, Hannah? Just go left. We're all I said, you know what? Fuck you. Nope. I'm going to go the wrong way. So I went the wrong way, and like in real life, this battle took, no exaggeration, like 2.5 hours to do. So I ended up meeting up with like a main character and we started fighting. And I was talking to my DM. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is it taking me so fucking long to fight this character? Right, so we were going head to head, and then all of my friends were doing a different fucking campaign entirely at this point. And then I won, and my DM gave me like 500 XP, and I was like, that's fucking ridiculous. Are you sure about that? He goes, yeah, that was a boss battle that my one character defeated by her fucking self. And then so later in the game, we had to test all of our characters in like one attribute, and mine was Constitution. Because again, that's how I became super OP. And every single one of those people had to fight me as a boss battle. And it got to the point where we were fighting for so long that my DM had to kill me.
Dude, DMs are a-holes in Dungeons and Dragons. Like, plain and simple. They
don't fuck with me in D&D.
DMs are a-holes, alright? Like, oh my gosh, dude. Like, they are. And it's funny because both of my DMs are friends of mine, and I'm like, I freaking hate both of you. I'm like,
I've only played D&D once, and I tried to make the grossest character possible. His name was Dr. Hugh Mann, MD, and he had a lot of skin diseases.
Oh,
and he also did not know the meaning of personal space.
I like him.
And very poor hygiene habits, hence the skin diseases.
So he takes up.
So there was one instance where like we were in the desert and we saw like a oasis, like water, and the first thing I did was jump into it.
Anyways,
You poisoned our water, so
Oh no, it was quicksand. The DM like commended me because he was like, you like every time I gave you a situation, you just ran head first into it while everyone else was just laying back. I was like, hey, that's fucking human for you.
oh no. Chris, you were saying something?
Yeah.
I have a DM story.
Hit
Oh
me.
boy.
So at one point I was running a Pathfinder campaign, which is Pathfinder is basically D&D, but it's like a different brand.
Yeah.
All my players were like kind of squishy, like they had no like frontline people, like barbarians or like fighters or anything.
Tanks.
Like one was like there was like a summoner, and then there was like a ranger and stuff like that. So like they kept getting their asses beat a lot.
Mhm.
And at one point, basically I set them up in like a bathhouse, so I could test what they would do if they didn't have any gear or armor or anything. And like I had an encounter of like a half orc busting through the wall and be like, I'm gonna kill you guys. So that happened, and the player that the orc grabbed wanted to like use diplomacy and try to like talk to him, and like just in like a second I was like, wait a minute, this could be like their frontline guy. So I let them like diplomacy him into being an ally, and I was essentially just gonna have him be like another like NPC party member, and I was gonna have like a story for him I was gonna write later. So I let that happen. I let them like get a new friend essentially, and then that night in the game, the cleric started, and I was he was a barbarian, just fucking throw him at the enemy.
Yeah.
So later that night, the cleric got talking to him, and converted him to a religion, and I had him become a paladin. So this NPC literally went from "I'm gonna kill you" to like, "Oh, you guys are okay. I like you guys," to like, "I fight for my friends and also God," within like the space of like 5 hours in game.
I would hate you as a DM, but
Got the power of anime and Jesus on your side.
oh
Fuck
yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Being attacked by orcs in a bathhouse—that's some good OnlyFans material right there.
What
Yeah,
the fuck does that?
Hannah.
I'm not starting a fucking OnlyFans.
I wasn't talking to Anna.
Yeah.
I was just talking in general. Maybe I
So
was talking
you
to you, Mew.
300 Twitch subscribers. See what happens.
We could be the
300. Jesus Christ, 100.
100.
See what
The fuck?
happens.
Watch when she gets to 100, she's gonna be like, I need 300 subscribers. It's only $5.
She's learning from
She
Invader Me.
absolutely will.
Yeah.
She absolutely will.
$5.
Anyways, we've been at it for about an hour. So, does anybody else have anything else to add? Any plugs that they want to do before we come back?
Yo, can I just rattle off
Subscribe to
every
my
fucking
OnlyFans.
account I have?
Follow me on Twitter. Or don't. I don't care. Fuck
I
it.
have 2 Instagrams. I got
No.
2 Twitters. I got fucking YouTube. I got my fucking follow my Twitch. I got everything.
I
And
got
also be in the
YouTube.
link in the description.
I be on
Mr.
Snapchat.
Mugen plays on YouTube.
Mr. Mugen plays on YouTube. Yeah, all the plugs will be in the links in the description.
I might post
below.
more videos. I
Hey,
don't
you're
know.
I forgot what my Instagram handle is, so I'll tell someone later and they'll plug it.
Gotcha. And it won't be as random because as it goes longer in time, as this, of course, this production is very NA, North American, i.e. scuffed. But as time goes on,
Wait, are we
we'll get
ending
better
this?
at it.
Yeah,
Huh?
but I mean,
Wait, are we ending this?
Yeah, it's been an hour.
Yeah, it's been an hour.
Oh, okay.
what do
I
you
didn't
mean?
get to tell my
You have anything
gross
else to say?
story. I'll save it for next time.
It's it for
You wanna?
next time.
All right, fuck it. Save it for next week.
Yeah, I mean, we have
Do you
infinite
want me to
weeks.
tell
Let's
it now
go.
or do you want me to save it?
You wanna
Do you want
close
me
it
to tell
out
it?
with your gross story?
Do you want me to?
Fuck
Yeah,
it.
go
An hour
for
and
it.
8. Go for it.
All right, fine. Okay. So
Oh,
one
boy.
day, me and D get back to the hotel we're staying at. We get up to our room. I didn't take the elevator because I'm scared of elevators still to this day. So I have to go up the stairs. I'm exhausted. So I get up to the room. And D goes with me. He goes upstairs because he's a good friend. We get into the room, unlock it, get in. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go take off my boots. You can use the bathroom first." So I was like, "Yeah, sure. I'll go to the bathroom." I kick off my boots, walk into the bathroom, close the door, take 2 steps, and I just, inhale like a normal person breathing. And I encounter a smell so bad, I literally hit the floor. This smell was so bad, it literally put me on my ass.
Was it
Like,
a
no
dead
joke.
body?
What?
Was it a dead fucking body?
Hold on. My body, like, just like instinct, rips the door open, and I scurry out on my hands and feet, and like hit the other wall on the opposite side, like in terror. And like I do that, and I like look around, and Dee is sitting in the chair, looking at me like, "What the fuck's wrong with you? What happened?" And I was like, "I don't know. I smelled something really, really bad in there." And he's like, "Let me go check it out." He goes in there. He takes 2 steps. I hear a thunk. He comes running back. I was like, "What did you do?" I was like, "I was in there for 10 seconds. I didn't do anything." So because we're 2 middle school boys, we like cover our faces with our shirts, and we go in there to investigate because we don't see anything in like the sink or the bathtub. So we open the toilet, and it's full.
Oh my gosh.
Full to the brim with like shit and like paper and everything. Neither of us did that. We've been gone all day. We could have done that. We literally could not have made the things that were in that toilet.
God damn.
So we're idiots, so we try to flush it.
Oh my
doesn't
gosh!
No!
What is wrong with
That
you?
doesn't work.
Dude.
It doesn't overflow, luckily, but it doesn't work. So we're like, well, I guess we gotta go tell a teacher. So we go into the hall, and like all the other guys are out in the hall, and we're like, well, what's going on? It's like, oh yeah, someone set off a stink bomb. And we're like, oh, is that our room? And they're like, no, this kid actually set off a stink bomb. We saw it. And I was like, oh, okay, we have something worse. So we get a teacher, and we explain the situation to him, and he takes us aside, and he's like, if it was one of you boys, you can just tell me, it's not to be embarrassed that you flooded a toilet. He's like, no, we literally could not have done this. So the teacher goes in and like looks at it. We can tell he's grossed out, and he's like, okay, I believe you. So he tells us to like sit in our room, close the door, don't like just smell it, and sit in the room, watch TV or something until he can like get hotel maintenance. So we're sitting there watching the cartoon Chowder?
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Oh, that's the worst possible cartoon to watch during this.
We're watching that, but in French. We call it French Chowder. We're just sitting there, traumatized. And then a small, meek-looking man with glasses comes in with a tiny handheld shovel and a bag. He comes in, he says, "Hello, I am from hotel. I am maintenance man. You have problem?" Because we think he spoke French. That's why he's talking like that.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. So we're like, oh yeah, it's in the bathroom. He's like, okay. He goes in, he closes the door. We hear some truly horrific noises coming from inside the bathroom. And then like 20 minutes later, he comes back out with a full bag. He's like, okay, I'll sit. And he leaves. And
I wonder what he's doing.
for like yeah, I hope he's doing well.
Wonder what he did with the bag.
Yeah.
He's dead. That guy's dead. He's dead now.
He puts it under his bed, so that way when he opens it at night, he goes.
No, he just used it as a pillow.
But, for like 2 years after that, we were convinced that like a group of people broke into our hotel room and all just decided to shit in the toilet together. Because that's what made sense to us as middle schoolers. That some people just broke into our hotel room and decided to have a shit party. But like thinking about it more, like when we were adults, we're like the sewer probably like backed up into our toilet for some reason. But like for 2 years, we were genuinely convinced that like party of people came in and shit in our toilet.
Okay, and
Big party.
all right, and that's a wrap.
Fuck.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in for the first episode of the Space Cadets Podcast. Expect a lot more BS like this.
I don't think we should talk about shit right now.
Yeah, nah. But
I have
anyways,
pictures.
thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. The
I
VOD's gonna be up on YouTube. Oh wait, why did I say that? They're first gonna be seeing this on YouTube. I'm an idiot. But anyways, any final goodbyes, everyone? Final goodbyes. Bye.
Peace out.
Bye.
My
I
Twitter's
love
Cadet
you.
Space Cadets.